Alright team, before I sell my Alienware 13R3, I want to talk about the state of high-end laptop buying right now and pay homage to one of the last great laptops of our time. Choosing the right laptop is an important decision. It's a big purchase and it's a piece of kit that you use every day. In fact, for many people, they spend more time with their laptop than they do going out with their friends, spending time with relatives, or even spending time with their significant others. As someone in technology who uses a lot of high-end laptops, I frequently get asked, what laptop would you recommend? And there really is no decent answer right now. It's become an awful experience where you have to choose between what issues you can live with and what you cannot. Can you accept loud and often high-pitched fans? Can you accept coil whine? What about a weird keyboard layout? Can you accept a chassis that gets uncomfortably warm to the touch? How about a dim screen? What about speakers that aren't as loud or as clear as the audio that comes out of your smartphone? Or what about a low-quality, badly placed webcam? Or non-upgradable SSD and RAM? Now couple this with the fear that retailers like Best Buy are now tracking returns and will ban you from further returns if you return too many laptops for not meeting their own marketing promises. It creates a really stressful experience for us, the consumer. My belief is this is due to two issues. Firstly, a lack of understanding that you need to get the basics right before you do cute new features like a touch bar or a dual screen laptop. Honestly, I personally would give up a little bit of performance for a device that was comfortable to use and got the basics right. And secondly, quality control. Many manufacturers still treat their laptops as a sum of their parts. And if something goes wrong, it's not their fault. It's the NVIDIA driver's fault. Well, guess what? As a consumer, we're the one using the laptop as a whole package. If something is wrong of such a magnitude, for example with the Razer Blade 15 where it would constantly blue screen on battery power, stop selling the laptop until it's fixed. Just think about how cars handle it. They do a recall if something goes wrong. They install the patch or the fix and then they continue selling it. Honestly, we gotta get to that kind of state with laptops. It's not good enough to sell expensive laptops that out of the box have a pretty major flaw, whether it's the blue screen example that I gave earlier or substantial coil whine. That is not acceptable. Let's compare laptops to smartphones. Who here has opened one of the latest expensive smartphones like an iPhone or a Samsung to find that the device when running gets so hot you can't touch it, or the screen's dim, or the audio is ratchet, or there's a loud buzzing noise coming from the unit when it's doing things? That's just not good enough, and the reason that doesn't happen is because there is proper quality control. We need it in laptops. Let's take a look at my personal experience to reinforce these points. Here are the laptops that I've purchased since 2016. As you can see, most are high-end expensive devices which I would expect to also be high quality. Now, here are the laptops that I've kept. Let's go down the list. I returned 3 Lenovo Yoga 910s due to high-pitched fan noise. Each time I returned one to Best Buy, the associate recommended I buy another, but all units exhibited the same issue. As you can see on screen, I am not the only person to have this issue. It was well known and could have been avoided if Lenovo applied point number 1, get the basics right. If the laptop is targeted at people who will likely use it for work and the fan is too disturbing for a quiet room, the laptop should not be released to the public. The Lenovo Y7000 blue screened every time I plugged it into an external monitor. This laptop was otherwise pretty good and may serve other buyers well. It's an example of what issues you can live with and what you cannot. The Dell Xps. In my case, the unit has been excellent, although several subscribers of mine have reported that for them, this unit has had serious issues like a flickering screen. The Alienware 15R3 for my use was simply too hot to the touch, and the 4K screen in the model that I ordered was dim and had a green tint. The MacBook Pro 13 2016, the non-touch bar model, is an example where I decided that I could live with Apple's lackluster keyboard, but when it came to the 2017 devices, I found the increase in heat of those devices tipped them over the edge to a no thanks. The Razer Blade mid-2019 was my most loved device on this list that I ended up returning. The first unit blue screened constantly on battery power, and after calling Razer's support, they were unable to help, even though a fix was posted on their own website, which I later found after I had unfortunately returned the unit. The second unit I bought had a notably dim and green screen. I ended up comparing it side by side to the display model at Best Buy with the same settings. All who saw it agreed there was a manufacturing issue. I know many people have purchased these and had no issues. That is absolutely fantastic, but I certainly had one with a defect. The Aero 15 had a number of issues documented in my review, linked below. Even the Surface Book 215, a device that I speak very highly of, even though the RAM and SSD can't be upgraded, I had an issue where the cores would occasionally throttle down to 400 MHz, making the unit unusable. The issue is widely known, with many people complaining. It is still yet to be fixed. That being said, after my unit had accidental damage and was replaced under Microsoft's Complete program, the second unit has not exhibited this. The HP Spectre 15 X360, I had to buy 3 of the same model to get one with the same screen brightness as the display model. And lastly, the 2 laptops on the end of the list were the only ones that I genuinely returned, where I could live with any shortcoming. They had no defects, but I just decided I wanted a different machine. So let's remember the good times and pay homage to this laptop, the Alienware 13R3, which got it right. It has a great keyboard, it has a good touchpad, it has a bright screen, it doesn't get too hot to the touch when under load, and when not under load, it runs quiet, it doesn't have coil whine, the audio is clear and crisp, the SSD and RAM is user replaceable, and the webcam is in the right place. Yes, it does have big bezels, but that was all the rage back in 2016. Manufacturers, if you're out there, we the consumer deserve better. Please, stop wasting time with gimmicky features that no one really wants or needs. Focus on getting the basics right and adequate quality control. Team, I would love to hear your opinions on this topic. Please put them in the comments below. If you like this video, you know what to do. Give me that thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it. Till next time, I'll catch you later.